It is 9 at night, and dinner is a glowing rectangle in your hand. You pick out $30 of food in a delivery app and press one button. Somewhere across town, a kitchen printer wakes up, a driver's phone lights up, and a machine quietly starts moving money. Half an hour later, a warm paper bag lands on your doorstep, and the story seems over. Except the numbers refuse to add up the way you think they should. Your checkout total came out above $30. The restaurant's payout will land below $30, and the driver who carried your dinner was paid through a formula you have never seen. Same meal, same bag, same $30, and three completely different answers to what it cost. This is the price of normal, and today we are following $30 of takeout through one of the strangest money machines ever attached to a hot meal. By the end, you will know who gets paid, what the app actually keeps, and why a single receipt can never tell you the whole story. First, the honest disclaimer that most videos skip. Delivery contracts are private, fees change from city to city, and every platform guards its math. So this episode is built on documents anyone can check. DoorDash's published price list for smaller restaurants, its own help pages, and the annual report it files with regulators. Where the public numbers stop, we will say so out loud instead of inventing a figure. That restraint is the whole method because the delivery business runs on numbers most people never get to see. Here is the idea that unlocks the entire episode. There is no single pile of money being split three ways. One order creates several different ledgers, and every one of them is real. You have a checkout ledger, the list of what you were charged. The restaurant has a settlement ledger, the list of what it will actually receive. The driver has a pay formula built from base pay, promotions, and your tip. And the platform has an accounting ledger, where money collected is not the same as money kept. Every delivery argument you have ever heard comes from mixing those ledgers together. The customer says the fees are enormous. The restaurant says the commission is brutal. The driver says the base pay is tiny. The platform says it barely makes a profit. Here is the uncomfortable part. All four can be telling the truth at the same time, because each one of them is reading a different ledger. So we're going to walk the $30 through every ledger one at a time. Our example platform is DoorDash because its price list, its driver pay rules, and its annual report are all public. Keep one rule in mind for the whole ride. The $30 is the food subtotal, the price of the meal itself, before any fee, tax, tip, or discount. It is not your final total, and it is not the restaurant's payout. It is simply the one number every ledger shares, which makes it the perfect flashlight. Start with the restaurant, because its ledger holds the clearest public math in the whole machine. A delivery app is a marketplace with three doors, one for you, one for the restaurant, and one for the driver. In its annual report, DoorDash describes how the money walks in. A merchant fee that scales with the size of the order, plus a delivery fee and a service fee charged to the customer. Read that again, because it is the quiet heart of the model. The platform can collect from both sides of the same dinner. For the restaurant, the collecting starts with a plan. DoorDash publishes standard marketplace plans for restaurants with 75 or fewer locations, and the percentages sit right on the public pricing page. The basic plan lists a 15% delivery commission on the food subtotal. The Plus plan lists 25%. The Premier plan lists 30%. 3 tiers, 3 prices, 1 marketplace. Now run our $30 through each one slowly. On Basic, 15% of $30 is $4.50. The subtotal walks in at $30 and walks out at $25.50. On Plus, the commission is $7.50, leaving $22.50. On Premier, the commission is $9, leaving $21 even. Same meal, same menu price, and the restaurant's starting payout can swing by $4.50 because of a plan you cannot see from the checkout screen. Now come 2 honest warnings, because this is exactly where most delivery videos go wrong. Warning number 1. Those percentages are public examples, not a law of nature. A big chain can negotiate its own private deal, a city can cap delivery fees by law, and a signed order form can override the pricing page entirely. Uber Eats merchant terms in the United States admit this in writing. Listed fees can be changed by an order form and capped by local rules. The published table is a doorway into the math, not the whole building. Warning number 2 matters even more. The money left after commission is not profit. Out of that remainder, the restaurant still pays for the chicken, the rice, the cook, the rent, the power, and the box your dinner traveled in. The commission comes off the top before a single one of those costs is counted. That is why so many restaurant owners talk about delivery apps through gritted teeth. Notice also what we did not subtract from the restaurant's ledger, because the skip steps are the honest ones. We did not subtract your delivery fee or your service fee, because those live on your ledger, not the restaurant's. We did not subtract your tip, because on DoorDash, the tip is the driver's money, full stop. And we did not subtract tax, because tax has its own strange rules that we will meet in a few minutes. Clean arithmetic starts with clean categories, and the delivery machine is a world-class generator of mixed-up categories. Now follow the paper bag out the door, because the driver's ledger is stranger than it looks. On DoorDash, the driver is called a dasher, and under the standard earn per offer mode, every delivery arrives on their phone as an offer. The offer carries a base pay, and DoorDash says base pay runs from $2 to $10 or more. The number moves with the job itself. Longer distances pay more, longer estimated times pay more, and deliveries nobody wants to take pay more. An awkward order at the far edge of town literally has a market price. Promotions can stack extra pay on top, like bonuses during a dinner rush. Then comes the line everyone argues about, the tip. DoorDash's stated policy is blunt. 100% of every tip it receives goes to the dasher, on top of base pay, never instead of it. Your tip does not shrink the base pay, and the platform does not keep a slice of it. That is DoorDash's rule, not an industry law. So do not assume every app on your phone works the same way. Pay rules can also change by mode and by place, and in some regulated cities, the formula follows local law. So the driver's ledger reads like this: base pay set by an algorithm, promotions set by the market, and a tip set by you. On a small order, the tip you choose can rival the base pay itself. Sit with that for a second, because it means you are not really tipping for service. You are co-writing a stranger's paycheck. Now climb to the top floor of the machine, the platform's own ledger, because this is where the biggest illusion lives. Add up what the platform collected on our order, a commission from the restaurant, and a delivery fee and service fee from you. It is tempting to total those up and call the sum the app's profit. The annual report says otherwise. DoorDash reports its marketplace revenue net of the dasher's payout and net of refunds, credits, and promotions. In plain language, the driver is paid out of the money the platform collects before the platform even counts its revenue. And what survives that subtraction still has a long line of hands reaching for it. The company's own filings name the hands: payment processing, canceled orders, insurance, onboarding for new restaurants and drivers, customer support, and the technology that keeps the machine standing. Every card payment costs money to process, and if you saw our grocery episode, you already know swipe fees spare no one. A canceled order can mean paying for food that nobody receives. Insurance rides along with every active delivery, and the servers, maps, and matching software hum all night whether you order or not. Here is the boundary this episode will not cross, and it may be the most honest sentence in it. Nobody outside the company can tell you exactly how much of your specific $30 order ended up as platform profit. The public numbers are company-wide totals, not per-order receipts. A chart that pretends to know your order's exact profit split is not analysis, it is decoration. What the documents do prove is smaller and far more useful. Collected is not kept. Money pours in through commissions and fees and leaks out through driver pay, refunds, free delivery promotions, processing, support, and infrastructure. The app is not a bucket. It is a pipe. 3 more gremlins hide inside the machine, and each one can bend the numbers without touching the menu. Gremlin number 1 is the promotion. That discount banner on your screen looks like the app's generosity. Sometimes it is, and sometimes the restaurant is quietly paying for your coupon. DoorDash's merchant promotions can make the restaurant responsible for the discount, plus a marketing fee, charged when the promotion actually brings in an order. So the very same discount can be a platform expense on one order and a restaurant expense on the next. From your side of the glass, the two look identical. Gremlin number 2 is tax. You might expect tax to be the one boring, predictable line on the receipt. It is not. DoorDash's own merchant guidance says the treatment can change with the jurisdiction, the type of merchant, and even with who funded a discount. In one place, the tax is calculated before the discount. In another place, after it. There is no single national rule we can honestly apply to our example, so our model leaves the tax line open. An open line backed by evidence beats a filled-in line backed by imagination. Gremlin number 3 is the contract. Everything we calculated tonight came from public price lists, and a signed agreement outranks a price list every single time. Remember the Uber Eats terms. An order form can change the listed fees, and a local fee cap can override them both. Two restaurants on the same street selling the same meal can live under entirely different math, which means two identical-looking receipts can hide two completely different splits. Now run the whole machine one last time, end to end, with everything you know. You tap $30 of food. Your ledger grows. A delivery fee, a service fee, tax under local rules, and the tip you choose. The restaurant's ledger shrinks, a 15, 25, or 30% commission under the public plans, then any promotion it agreed to fund, then every one of its own kitchen costs. On those published plans, its starting payout is $25.50, $22.50, or $21. The driver's ledger fills from 3 spouts: base pay between $2 and $10 or more, any active promotion, and 100% of your tip. And the platform's ledger churns, commissions and fees flowing in, driver pay, refunds, discounts, processing, support, insurance, and infrastructure flowing out. 4 ledgers, 1 paper bag. Which brings us back to your receipt, and the inversion this channel promised you. Your receipt was never lying to you. It was answering the smallest possible question: what you, personally, were charged tonight. Who actually earns what from your dinner is decided somewhere else, in plan tables, pay formulas, promotion terms, tax rules, and contracts you will never see. The price is what you see. The settlement is what the system decides. And the gap between those two sentences is where the entire delivery economy lives. The next time your $30 dinner costs noticeably more than $30 at checkout, you will at least know what the extra lines are doing. All of them. If this changed how you see the checkout screen, the next episode walks into the restaurant's own kitchen and asks why the people who actually cook your food keep so little of your bill. Same dinner, thinner margins. Thanks for watching The Price of Normal.